And I'm back.
Sightseeing isn't so bad on a quiet day like this, is it?
So loud. Yep, Dxtory was like saying nope, but you gotta switch storage. Looks like I already spent my other mechanical drive. I still have a couple of hours recording gameplay left. It's over here. Strange cave.
I could do with a cold drink.
Esmerelda. Cold drink, huh? Shop security guide. This is a shop?
Move along. Move along.
What do you got to sell, bro? Fishing pole.
So tell me, Septimus, would your wife or sweetheart be compensated by the Legion should tragedy befall you on the battlefield?
Well, so, lady. But seeing that I'm neither married, engaged, or attached in any way, I've never bothered to inquire.
Polite, handsome, and single. Don't go anywhere tonight, Legionnaire. I'd be afraid alone in the dark.
Well, that was quick. You didn't waste any time at all.
Lords above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband. How many times do I need to state and restate my complete innocence in the matter?
I think we already know who she is.
I am Esmerelda, wife of Jake, and now, alas, his widow. Poor man. We were both so young when we married. He so rich and I so poor, but his one and only princess just the same.
Yeah, I don't buy your story. You were just hitting on that guy a second ago. I've been told your husband collected something called the Starstone.
Starstone? I've never heard of such a thing. Dear Jake had a mineral collection, yes. As far as I knew, it was one of his pastimes, nothing more. Do you mean to imply he collected something dangerous? Something that may have gotten him into trouble? Oh, this is all too much. I feel like I'm drifting from nightmare into nightmare.
Like I told just about every Legionnaire in town, I don't know anything about poor Jake's murder. I want his killer found and tried, but everyone suspects me of this evil deed. And you're no different, are you?
I haven't accused anyone yet.
So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger and you believe them? These insinuations truly go beyond the pale. Oh, I think I'm getting one of my headaches.
I don't even know where the pub is in this town.
Well, what do you want to know?
Tell me about Cecil.
Before this war left us hanging like the condemned from a tree, this was the greatest city in Andervale. My own grandfather made his fortune here. Started as a poor fisherman with nothing but a few trout to his name, and grew his meagre trade into a business employing a fair piece of the local population. Of course, the company had to be liquidated as the population shrunk, and now his legacy is no more than the pole and rags he started out with.
Tell me about the undead.
They're nightmare incarnate, aren't they? Let a priest explain that to me. How we all supposedly become the gods' children in death, when in fact foul magic can bring us back and make us haunt our own kin in endless, mindless deviance.
I'll take my lead.
About her innocence.
What's this?
We'll need to look
Suspicious
for
minds.
evidence if we want to prove she actually did the evil deed.
Are you waiting for what? Oh, come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
You think you can speak that way to her? Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye on you there.
Careful now. Your head's growing more swollen.
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you.
Oh, so he's done it already. Or tried. Well, you see, the difference between him and me is I'm not Dick.
I am the Duke of Ferrell, though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless gossipers that you've heard of me by now. It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Chancellor and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wish the man harm.
So
Check
back,
this
demon!
girl.
Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Madura, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. This old bear's hedgier than a dodecahedron these days.
What? Is that supposed to be a dinosaur?
I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Wartruce my regards next time you see him. You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often, but it's always a pleasure when we do. Madura's the name. Retired, or so the Order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my sword at your side. Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, one that might concern you. See, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by name. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either, but ones who've taken dark magic to new heights. What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say, but it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee-knocking fear of ever crossing paths with a sauce hunter again. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicile. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs without backup.
Well, shit. I mean, that's the reason why I'm here.
Do I seem like the sort?
By the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. Fortunately for me, that particular wizard has a penchant for things that go boom in the night.
Penchant.
I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for miles, but I'd lost him before I made it into the Sicile hinterlands. Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just now. But perhaps that's where you come in. I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, you could use reinforcements here in town. I've been scouting Sicile for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Counselor. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make short work of the perpetrator.
Yes, I agree. I'd be happy to help her with that issue of the orcs.
Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand by now, and the orcs up north will be short work for a trained-up trio of sauce hunters.
I've never even heard of that expression.
Come now,
A fantastic
Alistair.
plan!
Surely you've met
3
your match
will
once
put an
or
end
twice.
to all the evil benefits friend. Yep.
Another source hunter on the team will make us all the more formidable against this wicked magic. Welcome aboard, Madura.
Woo! We got a third person.
That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it? That's the sound of every orc and sorcerer in 100-mile radius shaking in his wee boots.
Yes! See, this is the reason why you should always interact with every character in this game.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll
Anna!
be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your...
What have we here? A source hunter, is it? Well, my day just became rather more stimulating. Oh, stand still then, if you don't mind. I want to take a good long look at the so-called savior of Sicile. Tall as an elf, strong as an orc, but Your face. Quite classical, isn't it? Statuesque, some might say. Yes, smooth and sturdy as marble, yet fine as a chisel's edge. And my word, what passion burns from your eyes. Please forgive my being forward, but I dare say, can it be? You're exactly the person I've been searching for.
You've been searching for someone?
That I have. For nearly a lifetime, it seems. Well, I'm sure you must know what I mean. Like existence itself lacked a significant component. Like if you could only fill a certain void, could connect with the right body, the right spirit. Together you could uncover new and thrilling vistas.
Whoa, whoa, getting a bit too close.
I believe I have found that component, that body, that spirit within you, Source Hunter. Come, if ever we are to be united, we must truly entwine our fates. We must link our causes forevermore. Yes, you must join the Fabulous Five right away, as soon as time permits. Together, as a team, we'll explore the boundless realm before us. We'll uncover fate, inch by inch. I am Anna, jewel in the crown that is the Fabulous Five.
Is she the leader?
I've cut 1,000 throats, and baked 1,000 bread rolls, stolen the crown jewels of the Queen of Arata, and, with my pockets full, helped her reach enlightenment. When the day comes that I die, the gods will evacuate the heavens to make space for my formidable collection of designer slippers. I contain multitudes, you see, and I am utterly replete. Except that, much to my dismay, I had as yet to find the companion to whom my heart so clearly calls. But then, Source Hunter, you wandered into this tavern, and I am most certain that that companion is you. Already refused to join? But, darling, didn't you... how can we... Refused? Oh, what plague on both our houses! For now we may never link our destinies. Away from me now, O perfect specimen, torment me no further. But if you happen to meet more able-bodied, agile-minded adventurers, don't hesitate to, send them my way. A woman can only mourn for so long. My only one.
Curing old standard issue boat. Roderick and Madura. I don't know what she's talking about. I was inquiring more about the Fabulous Five, but apparently I denied.
Sorry, I've run out of signed handkerchiefs. An Alistair keyring, maybe. In any case, make it quick. You're not the only fan who wants some of my time.
Alistair, tell me more about the Fabulous Weapons. What do you know about the
What do you mean, not familiar? You expect me to believe you've never heard of Alistair the Almighty?
Nope.
Why, I'm only the most famous wizard this side of the distance. Although, it'd be worth checking the other side too, just in case. And don't forget, I'm the most eminent member of the Fabulous Five to boot. Surely you already know we've been voted the most influential adventurers guild by SideQuest Monthly. 3 years running.
By SideQuest Monthly. Getting anything out of them? No back. Waitress.
A Source Hunter? I'd like to report some dark magic. Only tainted hearts could tip as miserably as this lot. Been at the King Crab nearly 10 years now, personally. Seen every character you can imagine, from bums to wizards, passed through these doors for a pint and a place to rest. I think I'm one of the last folks to hear him alive. That awful scream's been ringing in my ears ever since. And with the room where it all happened still under quarantine, we've a constant reminder of exactly what happened. Though that's the question, isn't it? What exactly did happen? We all thought it was Esmerelda who checked into that room, and the Duke that followed her in.
There's a Duke?
I was washing up and nudging the last of the lushes out of the door when a cloaked woman rushed in right past me. I never got a good look at her, damn my eyes, but I figured the way she disappeared that she was visiting one of the lodgers. Lucky for the perpetrators, I was rinsing bottles in the back when the terrible deed took place and saw nothing more. I'm not proud to say I ducked under the counter and damn well stayed there till I heard Ivad fling that door open, but I was paralyzed with fright.
I don't blame you, girl.
Look, careful now. Your head's growing
Pointless chatter with strangers does so thrill me. How did you know? Please continue interrupting my drink if you'd be so kind.
That sense of humor. Yeah, let's buy it. Your offer insults me. Yes. That's what I meant to do. Let's read that book.
That troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave.
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
Didn't do anything. Ah, what a waste.
It's you. Just the person to answer a question that's been knocking around my mind since our first meeting.
Who are you?
How curious of you to show interest in a lonesome stranger at the bar. Let me answer by saying that who I am is hardly any of your business. And anyone with an ounce of tact would have known that already.
There's a lot of questions about the Fabulous Five.
Can I tell you? I suppose I can. And I could. But why would I turn my attention away from this whiskey when Mendius right outside is simply panting with excitement about the whole affair?
Oh, good point.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even...
Greetings, traveller. And may the Immaculate Conduit's myriad blessings comfort and cradle you. Tell me, have you yet heard the revelation?
Revelation? What revelation?
What's in a name, dear friend? For we all begin equal in the Conduit's eyes, and only through great deeds may enter into her inner ring. You mean you haven't heard? Oh, what fortune that I may share the goddess's salvation with one who has, as yet, been lost. Steel yourself, friend, for your mortal spirit could be forever transformed from this moment forth. The conduit, our link to the goddess herself, has given us a special gift, and the gift is thus.
Oh, really? That cliffhanger.
By following her instructions and becoming initiated into the one way, we can each of us live on for a span greater than the number of stars that twinkle within the goddess's right eye.
Tell me more about this conduit.
She came from on high to we mortals and showed us the path to the goddess, where all living souls are naturally inclined. She showed us that injury and malady need not mark the end of life, but that through her methods we could ascend to greater life in service of the goddess.
What do you mean by the one way?
Ah, for this hallowed information, you must seek an immaculate chapel. Go north, friend, through the forest and into the town of Silverglen, where all may be revealed.
That's good to know.
There, among her followers and friends, dwells the goddess's ecstasy, her one way. Go on the path to the righteous, my friend. Forget not that the conduit has great plans for you.
No quest for that? Wow. Well, that was an interesting conversation. Legionnaire.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder you.
Okay, so the first time we came in here, we got blasted for some unknown reason. Let's explore it again. Locked. Why the hell is that locked? Do we have any lock picks? She wouldn't have any. Only Roderick has. Yep, here we go. Use it on that. Hopefully this works. No! Yep, so even if you, I guess if you fail, you still consume it. I haven't talked to the bartender yet.
Hearty welcome to the King Crab Inn, and a pleasure to have you. You look like you could use a round or three, so what'll it be? Have a seat and stay a while.
Ha! The closest I've got to
3 hopeless sailors. Truly wish I could help you, but I'm barely keeping afloat as it is.
Do you know about Jake's
Mind
murder?
if we keep our voices down over that sensitive subject? Death and dark magic ain't exactly great for business, you know.
Tell me, do you suspect anyone? Tell me the night of the murder.
That room where it happened, it was rented to a certain woman. Though I regret to say I can't say exactly who. This inn isn't in the business of asking many questions, if you know what I mean. She came heavily cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I was used to such transactions after many similar concerning a certain Esmerelda. Figured this were just more at same.
Certain Esmerelda.
I saw one other figure go into the room that night. Someone tall, built broad like a man, but shrouded the same as she. Again, standard practice for Mrs. Counsellor and her visitors. I was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after midnight. I jumped up and grabbed me grandpappy's machete, bleary-eyed in a washing fright. By the time I burst into that room, it was horribly silent. There was only Jake on the floor, dead, surrounded by what may as well have been a battlefield. Whoever done it has escaped through the window, but I saw nary a soul when I looked out. You can bet I hightailed it to the Legion barracks faster than a jackrabbit after that.
It's an arcane secret.
Counsellor Jake, that poor man. I knew too much about his affairs, you know. Never figured it my business to say anything, but after all that's happened, I wonder if that weren't a grave mistake. Esmerelda's longest-standing lover has the audacity to remain lodged at this very inn, you know. He's called the Duke of Ferrell, a high title for a low man. If you haven't yet asked him about Esmerelda, I'd recommend it.
Good tip.
Come
Good
now,
tip.
Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Where is this dude? Jukey, juke. Where the fuck are ya? I need to continue the story. Continue the story. I'll be upstairs. Grab upper floor. Citizen. Sheriff's bodyguard. Old shirts. There's nobody here. I think the Duke is at his own house. I'll try and find where that is. Sup?
Greetings, greetings. Oh, you are most welcome in my chamber. Customers rarely find me up here, but I do so abhor the hustle and bustle of the marketplace. That I am. I have spent more of my life on the road travelling alongside great caravans than I have in any given place in Rivellon. All of this earth is my home, for a few days or even but a few hours at a time, that is. You wouldn't believe some of the things I have seen. Oh yes, a city besieged by the dead isn't even remotely special to me. All the better that it isn't, for you and for me, because outlandish events lead to outlandish wares.
Outlandish wares?
You have seen them, have you not? Is anything amiss? A punch-on, perhaps, yes. I have the blood of sorcerers in my veins, and between you and me, the blood of sorcerers too. The power of sorcery is so very alluring, you know. But let us change topics, for should hunters catch a whiff of my inclinations, they wouldn't hesitate to kill me where I stand.
I noticed there's a bit of a difference in spelling there between sorcerers, and sorcery. We happen to be source hunters, actually.
And neither am I. Be advised, though, not to give in to your inclinations. Other hunters may not be so forgiving.
Gods have mercy. I talked openly about sorcery in front of a source hunter. What a fool I am. Thank you, O compassionate soul that you are, to treat me so leniently. I never have and never will really dabble in sorcery. On that you have my word. On my life, I swear it.
Calm down.
No need to worry, source hunter
stuff.
dearest. You'll find no sorcery here. Only honest-to-God's witchcraft.
Oh no, I shouldn't have said anything.
How gratifying to see you return. You are quickly becoming my favorite customer.
Scoundrel. Fast track. Let's try some trip skill book. Might be useful. These scoundrel skill books might be useful for my Roderick guy. Antique cloth armor. How much are they anyway? Fast track. Fast track sounds really nice. Become their skill. I have to do a bit of research on my dude. Does he have again? Skills. Ah, there we go. Need to be a scoundrel to learn. To be able to learn skill books. I'm gonna use 3 novice scoundrel skill books. Yep. So we're not even there yet.
I smell the fierce stench of frightened source goblin.
Actually, I think that's only roast pig.
Ah, yes, of course. This time.